Welcome back. Well, the FX market distortions impacting major players in the fintech space. Let's get a sense of what to expect with Tunde Burema, now founder, Cardify, joining me via Zoom. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so today, it's quite a lot happening right now with the FX market. How the recent distortions, impacting, your industry? I know you deal a lot with dollars.
Yeah, so the recent distortions in the forex exchange market have had a significant impact on the fintech industry at large. These distortions characterized by fluctuating exchange rates and limited access to foreign currencies have created challenges for businesses like ours, particularly operating in sectors that have to do with international transactions. However, the root cause of these FX distortions is that the supply of dollar into the economy has been declining while demand for dollars has relatively been rising. On the one hand, supply is basically inflow into the external reserves, which comes from export earnings, diaspora remittances, foreign investments, etc. On the other hand, foreign exchange outflow represents demand from the reserves, which occurs through funding of importation, external debt servicing, payment for services, etc. So when the inflow is more than the outflow, the foreign reserve rises. And when the outflow is more than the inflow, the external reserve tanks. So the volatility in the market is primarily due to the fact that the market must always find its level. And the reality is that there is higher demand for a limited supply.
And are customers still heavily demanding USD on your platforms?
Yeah, so with respect to my industry, the most prevalent demand for the US dollars is used to pay for services, which amounts to outflow in the bigger context. Recall that there was a ban on direct FX sales for about 43 items, which were mostly food items. Although the ban has been lifted, but contrary to those items, which can be produced locally, most international payments and subscriptions have to be remitted internationally. This is why, your digital payments for softwares, online courses, international school fee remittances, subscription for streaming services, digital services in general, and, even e-commerce purchases. So the demand for dollars has remained relatively high, especially for individuals and businesses that engage in, international transactions. Although there has been a notable shift in user spending pattern. Users now spend more on essential platforms than they do on non-essential platforms, and that can be attributed to an increase in the cost of acquiring these dollars, due to the FX market distortions you mentioned. Overall, the demand for dollar remains strong, but businesses are exploring ways to reduce dependency on it.
Since we're seeing a lot of reversals now with CBN policy, do you think at some point they'll allow Nigerian cards to be used on the app stores like iOS and Google Play Store? Because I know that you cannot use your Nigerian cards there. You have to get a dollar card. But do you see that reversing?
Yeah, I mean, that could be one of the ways the CBN wants to make this market more efficient. We have seen very direct measures from the CBN in recent times, like the floating of the Naira. We have also seen, the use of willing buyer, willing seller model in terms of the I&E exchange. So, we expect the CBN to, keep coming up with, interventions to make sure that the market is as efficient as it could be.
All right. Are there any new trends, in your industry? How you manage to carry out business, with this climate and all this distortion?
Yeah, I think there is a lot going on with respect to, remittances and not just focusing on spending. Nigeria has one of the fastest growing digital nomad communities in the world. These are young people who earn a living through providing online digital services, maybe by freelancing and all that. And the only legal PayPal account at this time that you can create and operate in Nigeria is the send-only type. That means you can only make purchases and send money, but you cannot receive money. So fintechs are kind of rising to the challenge of helping these digital nomads, a lot of them in Nigeria, to receive money, in dollars for these services by partnering with other foreign fintech companies to issue virtual dollar accounts, which can be used to receive, these foreign payments. And that is our recent focus at Cadify Africa.
All right, thank you so much, Tony Barama. We do hope the distortions, end soon, because I can imagine how it's impacting, fintech players right now.
Yeah, we can't but hope.
Thank you so much.